Well, good morning.
Morning.
From the house. The house that Jenna wants to build. So, Mama's editing, guys. But now it's time to get back to work. We're gonna be home for a couple months, so that's awesome. And we went, before we took our trip, we went and bought all kinds of stuff to get the electrical started. You guys seen that last thing we did was we got the boxes hung. At least most of them. The kitchen is still like we said before, it's gonna be based on what cabinet systems we end up going with and where they're at. But in the meantime, the main focus goal right now, coming into winter, we've had a couple days that it's been in the 20s. So yeah, winter's coming, winter's here, whatever, but of course it's gonna be like 75 by Friday. Yeah. Which is nice, but the whole goal is she doesn't want to spend the entire winter in the camper. So our thought process is she doesn't need water to necessarily stay in here in the bedroom, which would be the issue of getting water over here, it not freezing, blah, 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 blah. But if we get her bedroom completely done, then she can move in it and sleep, because that's basically what she does in the camper anyways.
And not freeze.
Yeah. It'll be a lot smaller, easier space to heat, especially with all the insulation in. So step one, I've jabbered long enough, is show her how to drill some holes and start pulling some wire. We forgot an important thing, so I'll have to go get that, but
the drill?
Yeah. No, the drill's there. We just need a longer extension cord because, well, I'm not dragging that big battery bank all over. So, all right, let's go get that and we'll bring you guys back.
Oh, you at this point, she should just keep it in there.
So now, I know it's kind of dark, guys, but well, we don't have any windows in her bedroom. I know. There's probably codes or something, blah, 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 but...
There's a door right there
yeah.
Next to my bedroom door.
The big thing and the big reasoning is she works third shift and sleeps during the day, so it makes more sense to not have windows. Not saying there won't be at some point, but for right now, no. So it's dark on this one. But got the extension cord, got the nice angle drill for any of the spaces that are a little tight. So this one is pretty easy. You just, as you squeeze here, so just remember when you're going to grab it and you go to grip it, it's gonna take off. It's got the little screw-in end, so it'll suck it right into the wood. But then when you get to the end, before it comes out, it's gonna you'll have to push a little bit.
Okay.
So the plan is, guys, like we said, is get the bedroom done first. She's got a whole bunch of outlets. The breaker box is actually gonna go either between this stud or this stud. Probably this one just for the ease.
I have 10 outlets in my room.
But this also puts everything centralized within the house for running wires. They don't have to go from one end all the way to the other. So we should hopefully, we got one roll, 250 feet. I do have another partial roll from a 250 footer that's up there. You need to know where you're gonna start with your power first and then run your lines. So for the bedroom, I think we decided everything was gonna be on one breaker. We're doing 20 amp breakers, I think is what we bought. So they're a little bit bigger than your normal 15, so they can handle a bigger load. The only thing that I'm thinking, and I know this will probably get edited out, I don't know, or she's gonna do us the chipmunk voice, is we may break it into two. And I only say that because, one, that's a lot of outlets on one breaker, but in the interim, before we can get the mini splits and all that in, you're gonna be heating this with electric.
Oh yeah.
And if those electric heaters draw a lot of amperage.
Like these two on one and these two on another?
Yeah, I think that, yeah, we run these two on one, and then that wall and this wall on another breaker. Yeah, that makes the most sense.
So what about ceiling fan?
That'll be, we'll end up running a wire, so you're gonna have, so you have to imagine, like I said, maybe we should just put the breaker panel in, but imagine the breaker panel is here at, a height that, you don't want it too high, but you don't want it too low. So right in here is where your breaker panel is gonna be. All of your lines are gonna go down, right? So what we'll do is we'll have to have one of these power lines. It's gonna come to this plug, right? From this plug, we're gonna come up and we're gonna give power to this switch. And then from this switch, we're gonna go up, and then we'll actually go up into the rafters and come down. We gotta get a round box, but we can still run the wire. Yeah, you might as well mark them all the way around. Yeah. And that works. Like you said, you got a template and that happened to be high enough, and it gives you a better line to follow. We're gonna drill here. We don't wanna drill through this because your door's gonna be there. So whatever we do here is gonna go up and over. You just find your mark, you line up with your mark the best you can. You want in the center of this, because if you go to one side or the other, you're just weakening it. So we're gonna go in the center and just kind of push in. Now be careful with this because if you're not going fast enough, it'll torque and this thing will, but see that kind of screws in. It helps pull it into the board. So it goes in easy until my tip comes out the other side, right? Okay. Now, a little trick, and I'm gonna show you, if I keep pushing on this, what's gonna happen is this other side's gonna blow out. Isn't a big deal, but it just, so what I end up doing is I pull it back out. I already have a pilot hole. I come back in. And you gotta kind of push, but now see how I have a nice clean hole? If I drilled, let me just show you. See how that kind of blew that out? It doesn't hurt anything, it really doesn't. It's just a lot of times you'll have to come back and maybe clean it up. So I go through till my tip comes out, and you know it because it'll stop self-drilling. And then I go from the other side, and it just gives you a cleaner hole. And the cleaner the hole, the easier the wire pulls. Follow your line and work your way down. Don't break your wrist.
Do I keep going all the way through this one?
You can, because you're going through two, so you'll see. See how it popped through the other side? And it's wash, rinse, repeat a whole bunch of times.
All right.
You're at a knot, so it's going to be a little more difficult.
I'm already feeling it in my legs.
I want to build a house, they said. It'd be easy, they said. You're going to have to keep going through on that one. You won't get the drill the other way. Yeah, so your drill won't fit all the way in. So what you're gonna have to do is probably go as less of an angle as you can, but go in your same spot. But you'll want to be over because you see how this board's in. And I don't know, this might be a double stud. I can't remember with Swami's if it was or not, but I know it was a little bit of a challenge. But you want to, this is where your markers are going to help you a lot, is you come in here and then you'll kind of do the same thing, but it's gonna be a royal pain in the... The other thing that you could do is pull it out, measure, you know, put it up there and go, hey, I want my hole to come here, make a mark.
Sorry.
So if you take this,
I might have another hospital visit.
and okay, so you need it to go in to there, right? That's how far in you want that, so.
Okay, I think that's all of them. For now, until Dad gets back.
So then that can travel down, you can go through. Man, glitter. Okay, so that gets our first set. We can do this wall and that wall and run us a wire up for your light box. We gotta get a light box. I don't think I have one. Well, we have to get the ceiling fan box. But we can start pulling wire if you want to pull wire. So it's gonna coil, but so we know this is gonna be our. Wait, that thing twisted like crazy. This is where our panel's gonna go. What I would do is just start here and basically just fish it in the hole. Now the fun part, like I said, is gonna be your curves. You want it as sweeping as possible, so it's always better with two people, but sometimes you gotta do it by yourself, you can feed some through. So the idea behind this one is gonna be, right, we're gonna come to this box first. Now when you pull them through, so we're gonna have like a line in and a line out, right? So because we're at the top, there's these little tabs. Reach in, once you get one side busted loose, these little tabs come out. But we can do the short runs afterwards. So you want...
I just farted, I'm so sorry.
Then, you know, go about your hand length, right? Like 6-8 inches, because you want some slack in it. You don't want all of this super tight either, because if, you know, later on we need to adjust or whatever, so, because I could always push some wire back up in. So I always do it the length of my hand, about 7-8 inches, right? Do that. So now what we need to do is, this is where it's going to be kind of a guesstimate, and I mean, if somewhat sucks, maybe we should mount the box first. Because you want to make sure you have enough that you can get to your breaker, you can get to your ground, you can do all that stuff, but you don't want it too short either. But you don't want it too overly long.
I shut it off for him.
Oh yeah, that's right. All right, so we figured some things out, guys. Always plotting and planning, right? Somebody brought up a really good question of where's the hot water heater gonna go? And we discovered that was not a today us problem. So all I did was showed her bring it in. If it can circle up around the box and come down, that's where I clip it. That's for me. That way I know I have more than enough. So now you're simply just gonna take this. We know we're gonna need a short one to go from there to there, not a big deal. But now you're gonna wanna pull this all the way down to the next one. If you just set it on that tab and whack it with your hand, it'll pop up. Snip that off. Try not to too many twists. Alright, so that one's in there. So now, the real fun is
That corner. Bedtime. It's 1:30.
oh, is that quitting time?
No, keep going a little bit.
Oh.
That's what time I have my things set for.
Alright. Yeah, and then you just gotta run another chunk. So that runs that first circuit, like I said, and then all we have to do is run short wires up. So that's gonna come up to here and then transition.
Just run it through those.
Yeah, these are gonna be. So we need a little bit more probably.
Now it's gonna stuck right there.
So then, kidding me? What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Can we count 8 since the closet's gonna come out?
Oh, the closet is coming out, isn't it? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, it should go. Well, we should go in between one. It just stays in the wall. It is what it is. All right. So that one needs to come down to here. And out, right? So that's gonna be That should do it. Right. So that gives us. These should just be a matter.
Still on this. Should be.
Feed it in. Yeah, it'll be fine. Which was moving. So yeah, that does those.
I think that's everything in here, right?
Yep. Well, you ready to quit your job and become an electrician?
No. I think I'll keep my job.
So that's pretty much where we're at, guys. Got all the wire pulled, circuits are decided. We got to do a little bit more work of shoring up the breaker box, but wasn't overly hard. I mean, just one room. What's our next step?
Insulation.
Yep. So now it's saved for insulation. We've got a rough calculation of what it's going to take to insulate that room. And then drywall for sure on the walls, but we're undecided, right? For ceiling? Gonna have to price some things out.
Yeah.
Check with our drywall expert, aka Mom, because yeah, she does the drywall. I think that's it.
Yeah, for now.
Just gotta go get some rest. Get ready for work tonight. Exciting times. I'm gonna go check out Mama, but I think that's it for today. Might be it for a little while, guys. I don't know how much more we can do. There's no point in actually hooking outlets and stuff up yet until all the drywall and whatnot's done. So, and
maybe we can go. Maybe we can go this weekend.
Get some insulation. Well, that's it, guys. I know, super exciting, but it is, right? That's a huge accomplishment in the scheme of getting things going. Any fine words for the people? Getting more good dad jokes?
Oh my gosh, Noah tells us cheesy jokes all the time. I'm gonna have to start writing his jokes down off the top of my head.
All right, guys, so that's it. We're out of here. We're going to do other things. Well, I'm doing other things. She's going to sleep.
Yep.
Bloop.
Ugh.
Bye now.